we restart our Waterdeep campaign in the late summer of 1360 DR. Wagon loads of harvests make their way into the city as the residents prepare for the long, cold winter. Many of the thousands of tourists and seasonal visitors will start to filter out of the city as well after the week-long Harvesttide festival that begins in a few days. The PCs are in their private residence after their latest foray into the Undermountain, enjoying some wine and escorts. Early in the morning, a loud knock at the ground floor door can be heard, and one of the halfling servants says they've spied two members of the watch knocking at the PC's door. Saith Cromley, a sergeant in the watch, and Barnabas Blastwind, a wizard, the Watchful Order, greet the PCs from outside their door. They question the PCs about the mutilated corpse of Dartmouth Raspin, a priestess of terror found in the alley near their residence. The same priestess who filed a complaint against you with the watch. Quite a coincidence, wouldn't you say? Barnabas asks. Killed by a wild beast. By the looks of it, a wolf, most likely. The group answers the watch's questions and even pass around a silver ingot, proving that none suffer from lycanthropy. Barnabas would like to question the PCs at length about the priestess's claims that they murdered her fiancé and his group in the Undermountain. But him and Saith have a very busy schedule this day. Perhaps we can catch up later, shortly after the two of them leave. Waiting in the shadows of the building, Basil sees the watch leave and approaches the PC's residence. After being let in, he asks the group if they have heard what the adventuring crowd in the city has dubbed the five of them. The Nadir, he tells them, a clever antonym since your rumored victory over the group known as the Apex. He tells the group that they are getting a bit of a reputation in the city, especially since their last foray into the Undermountain and the rumored killing of the paladin known as Raven and his entire group. Most impressive. And now his fiancée Dartmouth Raspin ends up dead behind your residence? Basil asks the PCs to be careful. Manchun and the Citadel have big plans for the group in Waterdeep, and we don't want too much attention. Those two buffoons from the Watch are far smarter than they appear. Be wary of them. Basil briefs the PCs on a few new rumors floating about town, including two new groups competing for power in the city's underworld. A retired adventuring group known as the Doom Raiders, ex-Zents that started a merc-for-hire company in the city. There is also rumors of a thieves' guild building up, run by a beholder known as Xanathar. Both groups are rumored to already be at odds with each other, which could provide us with many opportunities in the future. Some other news from the Citadel. Somehow Shelley Ember has escaped. She does not have the crystal, but her coming back to Waterdeep could cause us problems. Basil asks the group if they can work for a friend of his before their next descent into the Undermountain. The PCs agree, and Basil gives them a note and a key. The note reads, Nadir, please meet me at Diamond Street in the C Ward, 1553 Warehouse A. Come as soon as possible. As Basil bids the PCs farewell, the group prepares and hires a coach for the ride to Diamond Street. The city is busy and the streets are awash with harvested goods being sorted, pickled, and stored away for the coming winter. Nearly 45 minutes later, the coach driver, a man named Tom, pulls up to the warehouse address. The group opens the warehouse door and enters. Several crates, some stairs, and a few tables and chairs can be seen. A few minutes later, a knocking can be heard from inside a large crate. Someone yells out, "Hello!" from inside the crate and asks the PCs to get a crowbar and open it up. "Hello, good fellows," says a man who comes out of the crate. He is followed by an older man who seems oblivious to his surroundings. "My name is Bartholomew Angler, and this is my father, Ash." Bartholomew spins a tale of his father's exploits from over 30 years ago when he was the leader of the Octagon Gang, a band of thieves legendary in their exploits, daring, and treasure haul. He tells the PCs a tale about an interdimensional vault that his father used to hide away the group's treasure cache 30 years ago. He was struck dumb and the key has disappeared. Bartholomew has spent his entire adult life trying to get that vault of vast wealth open. He needs the PCs to track down each member of the Octagon Gang and see if they have any insights or ideas about how to open his father's vault. With a list of ex-members and a general idea of where to find them, the PCs agree to work for Bartholomew. They take Ash along with them as Bartholomew hopes it will help his father remember, or one of the other people remember, about how the vault operates. With less than 24 hours before they meet back at the warehouse, the rest of our session is a whirlwind of wagon rides and locations all around the city as the PCs track down the former members. Each stop and each person they question brings more questions than answers for the group, and Ash never comes out of his stupor. Eventually, the group finds Hattie Walters, who was the Octagon Gang's pickpocket, and according to Hattie, Ash's wife. She tells them a strange tale of how he stabbed her over 30 years ago, and she fled, leaving her son Bartholomew behind. She will never get over the shame and guilt of that. Having talked to all the ex-members of the Octagon Gang, the PCs take Hattie and Ash with them back to the arranged meeting place on Diamond Street, hoping Bartholomew can question her more thoroughly. The group arrives again at the warehouse and follows several small statues to a secret door on the roof, which drops down a ladder quite a ways below street level, coming to another secret door which is open, and into a secret hideout used by the Octagon Gang years earlier. Another statue points to another secret hatch leading down again. The tunnel splits with one exit open to the city's vast sewer system and another through a fine door into a well-appointed library with a large table surrounded by 8 chairs. Bartholomew sits there awaiting the PCs in the impressive secret lair. As the group discusses how to open the vault under the table of the library, Hattie falls to her knees crying, overcome by seeing her husband again and now the son she abandoned. She stabs herself in the heart and falls dead to the floor. Curiously, Ash's chest glows. Bartholomew stabs his father through the heart with the ritual dagger and extracts a key for the vault lock. The vault door opens to what amounts to a dragon's hoard of treasure. Bartholomew squeals in glee and they descend the stairway into the most wealth any of the PCs can imagine. The group is pulled from their gold fever as the voice of Alton Austin can be heard emanating down the secret ladder leading into the hidden lair. "We know you're in there. We know you know how to open the vault. We want our share, and we intend to get it one way or the other." Until next time.